Time for your update from the City of Brooklyn Park. The Mayor, Hollies Winston, joining us. Welcome once again.
Thank you.
A few topics to touch on. Let's begin with supporting, partnering with the business community. Tell us about a coalition that's jumping to action.
Yeah, so some of this came out of, Cubs and Petco and some other organizations, some businesses in Southern Brooklyn Park have left, right? And so there's been some concern about whether we're going to continue to bring businesses here. And so the police department, along with our community development unit within the city, has said we're going to start reaching out to businesses, figuring out some of the issues that they're struggling with, making sure that businesses are safe, and largely we found that they are safe, and just providing tools to businesses to make sure that they feel comfortable here. I will say regarding the Cub that there's Dragon Foods right up the street, so that service is still there, right? But I think we still need to be as proactive as possible in making sure we get businesses here. We also have the Small Business Center and some other resources internally that can help businesses grow. So we're going to lean into that, make that more robust, but business is very important to our city. It's one of our first priorities.
More information about that on the city's website. Also more information about this next topic, legislative priorities. Tell us about this session that is coming up here and what Brooklyn Park is looking at.
There's a few issues that are going to be at the top of the ticket for us, and one of those is going to be the Community Activity Center, right? So we know we have a couple ice rinks there. We want to expand people's access to basketball courts. So we're going to be going to the legislature and making a case saying, look, we serve as regional infrastructure for youth throughout this region and for folks throughout this region. So that's going to be one of them. The other one is going to be the biotech district. That's we're going to continue to lean into that because we need to bring in that tax revenue for the city to make sure that it's that we're viable economically as well. And then of course we're always going to be saying how can we get public safety resources to our city. And then the last piece is going to be congregate care facilities. So we have a disproportionate number of those in Brooklyn Park. I think 1 in 9 of every public safety calls are going there. And so that's not just around crime, right? It's fire and police, but we're saying we need resources to be able to support that, but also so that we can look into those facilities and make sure that they're as safe as possible for the folks that are living there.
Final note, some new activity happening around the Community Intervention Unit. Tell us more about that.
So actually, LaTreasure Dixon is going to be leading that. We're very excited for her leadership. And that's basically going to be, we've had violence intervention folks in the past, and so they kind of serve in between the police and the community. And so what she's going to do is we're going to make sure that it's not going to be an outside vendor. It's going to be internal to our police. That means we can make sure that we have a certain level of quality control. We can track where people are going to be. And we're going to make sure that we're finding out where there's issues with youth, where they're congregating or different youth that are dealing with issues. And we're going to hone in on that and provide them the resources they need because we want to get upstream of this crime, right? We have a great police department. We've got great alternative response in terms of mental health. We want to make sure now that we're lasering in on youth that are struggling with some of these issues and getting them out of that pipeline and into the school pipeline.
Very good. Mayor, appreciate the update. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
For more city stories, check out ccxmedia.org or find us on social media.